Right now at noon, a McCune, Kansas man pleads guilty to fatally shooting his grandson in 2023.
And we'll start heating up again as we head through this afternoon and the next several days. Take a look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, residents of a southwest Missouri town are encouraged to clean up or get citations.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. New at noon today, a fire at a longtime favorite restaurant in Afton, Oklahoma. Last night at around 9 p.m., crews rushed to a fire at Green Country Cafe off of US 69. Flames broke out of the kitchen, and while firefighters stopped it fast, smoke filled the entire building. Now, the cafe had actually closed early because of equipment problems. The same grill believed to have sparked the fire. Chief Brad Jones praised his team's quick work, saying their fast response made all the difference. And the owners later shared a message on social media thanking the community and promising they'll be back soon. Well, the McCune, Kansas man pleads guilty to killing his grandson and awaits sentencing next month. John Fox accepted a plea deal that reduced his second-degree murder charge to voluntary manslaughter. The 70-year-old also pleaded guilty to criminal discharge of a firearm. Sentencing for Fox is set for November 17th. Fox shot and killed 28-year-old Ian Fox of Lexington, Kentucky during a family visit on August 7th, 2023. The shooting happened just before 1 a.m. at a home on 5th Street in McCune. Deputies found Ian Fox unresponsive outside the home. Life-saving efforts failed, and former Sheriff Danny Smith says other family members witnessed the incident. Let's take it over now to Chris Warner for a look at today's forecast.
Yeah, we still got some cloudy skies hanging around out there, but eventually these clouds will begin to clear. It's a live look from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin, still a bit on the cloudy side as well. And again, eventually we'll get some clearing. Take a look at our numbers yesterday. We made it right where we should be. Told you we'd be pretty close to normal, but our lows, man, we started at 66 degrees and we're already warming up, cloud cover aside. We've got mid 70s, upper 70s, and already even some low 80s, 83 in both Grove and Jay already this afternoon. And as we go through the rest of the evening, again, there's still a stray sprinkle or two, but nothing really easily showing up on radar. We will clear out, eventually going partly cloudy, and then as we go later into the evening, our skies will become mostly clear. We're falling back to the low 70s, upper 60s by 11. Our temperatures, while they'll actually be cooler tonight, they will still be well above normal as we fall back into the upper 50s and low 60s across the area. And it's only because with the thin clouds out here, we don't have that lid to keep that warmer air in. And so we get a little chillier tonight than where we were starting yesterday and where we started this morning as well. Then we have thunderstorm chances on the way. We do have the chance for strong, potentially severe thunderstorms heading into Maple Leaf weekend. We're going to go over those details, break down what you need to know in the full forecast in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, KDOT wants to remind motorists to be aware of deer in the area. Across Kansas, 39% of all single vehicle crashes in 2024 involved a collision with a deer. The Kansas Department of Transportation reports 5 people were killed and 674 people were injured in collisions with deer last year. Experts say more serious crashes can be avoided if drivers do not swerve to avoid a deer, as the swerve can lead to loss of control, leaving the roadway, or collisions with oncoming traffic. We have a list of more info on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, company officials at the Coffeyville, Kansas fertilizer facility are investigating after an ammonia release on Saturday. According to the parent company, CVR Energy, the incident happened at the Coffeyville Resources nitrogen fertilizer around 4 p.m. CVR Energy says several people were taken to emergency rooms in Coffeyville and Independence for evaluation. Now, as of early yesterday afternoon, CVR had not yet provided an update on the number or condition of those individuals. One local police chief is rolling up his sleeves. He says cleaner streets could lead to safer neighborhoods. KOAM's Blake Gully shows us how a community cleanup effort in Liberal, Missouri is turning into something bigger.
For the last few years, trash and junk piling up in some liberal neighborhoods has been a growing concern. Police say it's more than just an eyesore, it's a problem that affects everyone.
It's been an ongoing issue. There's people that are passionate on both ends of the spectrum. You know, of course, nobody wants to live next to a house that's riddled with trash. It decreases their property value. It causes rodent problems. It causes insect problems.
Twice a year, Chief Stephan and a group of volunteers head out to clean up properties across town, loading up trash, clearing weeds, and hauling debris to the dump. But he says not everyone appreciates the help.
I went out there and specifically said, hey, look, we've got a group of volunteers. Let's get this done. Let's get it cleaned up. And they just absolutely refused. So one of them slammed the door in my face. So, you know, at that point, there's nothing more I can do other than issue citations.
Keeping the city clean is not just about appearances. The police chief says it can also help prevent crime.
The big thing about it's not just about appearance, it's about reducing crime. If somebody sees a trashy city, they're going to come in and think that this is an okay place to commit other crimes. Kind of a broken windows effect, you know. So we would like to keep the appearance up that this is a well-kept area. It's well watched. People actually care about their community.
The city hopes their hard work inspires more residents to take pride in their neighborhood. Reporting in Liberal, Missouri, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
The police chief says he'll continue working with the community to avoid writing citations whenever possible. Leo Orman Student Center at PSU is filled with eager students this morning looking for future career opportunities. Local businesses and organizations were on standby at this year's fall career fair for students to get a glimpse into what the workforce would be like. For one PSU student, it's a chance to create connections for the future.
Networking, especially with here in the future, whenever I'm like, hey, I need a job, can you help me? They'll be like, yeah, sure. I really liked your vibe. I liked how professional you were, and that'll help a lot.
Now, today's fair wraps up at 2 p.m. And Carthage transforms into America's Maple Leaf City. The Maple Leaf Festival is now underway. It brings an estimated 65,000 visitors for a 9-day celebration. Events are scheduled through the 19th. Now, beginning in 1966, the Maple Leaf Festival has become a beloved tradition featuring local vendors, a parade, and activities including a chicken pageant, chili cook-off, and free concerts. This year's theme is a city of pure imagination, celebrating Carthage's continuing growth and bright future.
We work a long time to bring all of these activities and enhance new things so people can come and celebrate with us what Carthage means to everyone in the surrounding area.
Organizers say they have a big need for volunteers for this year's Maple Leaf, especially along the parade route. Anyone willing to lend a hand is encouraged to reach out to the Carthage Chamber of Commerce to learn how to get involved. We also have details on KOAMnewsnow.com about this week's festivities. Well, coming up, President Trump celebrates a peace deal in the Middle East, but questions remain about the next steps. We'll have the details. And later, we're making a Texas TNT dip in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, there were tearful reunions in both Israel and Gaza yesterday as Israeli hostages were freed from Hamas captivity and Palestinian prisoners were let out of Israeli jails. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
With the skies over Gaza City calm Tuesday, bulldozers began clearing mountains of rubble in the war-torn region. The destruction and magnitude of debris is also making it more difficult to recover the bodies of the 28 remaining hostages killed in captivity. So far, just 4 have been returned.
It's obviously even bigger challenge than having, I would say, the people alive being released. That's a massive challenge.
Families say the return of all of the remains is a key element of the ceasefire agreement. Even as all 20 living hostages freed Monday reunite with loved ones. One of them was Omri Moran, now home with his family. CBS Morning spoke to his brother-in-law.
It's definitely the most special moment we'll cherish for the rest of our lives. And now we're focusing on his healing, focusing on our family being complete again.
President Trump, who arrived back to the White House overnight, says he's committed to his 20-point peace plan. He says the next phase will focus on rebuilding Gaza.
Restoring the basics of a good life We're going to have a lot of money coming into Gaza and a lot of rebuilding and building. It's not so much rebuilding, it's really building.
The World Bank and others estimate the price tag could exceed $50 billion.
What is needed in Gaza today is monumental, and every single country around the globe needs to chip in to make it a livable place for its people.
The plan calls for a demilitarized Gaza with regional and international partners helping develop a security force to protect civilians. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Need a winning recipe for this weekend's football games? Or just because? If so, today's your lucky day.
And we're tracking thunderstorm chances as we head into the upcoming weekend. Some could be strong, possibly severe. Details when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. And what's been a pretty cloudy day out there, but we are starting to get some clearing, and that will continue as we head into the afternoon. Live look downtown Pittsburgh again this afternoon. And if you look, you can actually see some of that clearing. In fact, I was just looking at our camera at 7th and Rangeline, starting to see more of that clearing take place. And we'll gradually go partly cloudy as we roll through the rest of this afternoon. So that's what this looks like on the future tracks. We dry out, the skies begin to clear. Our temperatures already warming, especially where we're getting some clearing down south. And eventually we'll all clear out with mostly clear skies late this evening and into the overnight hours. And as we roll into our Wednesday, we'll go back to partly cloudy skies, but otherwise we are dry. We are still very warm across the region as this just September-like weather continues to just drag on over the next several days. We roll into our Thursday, and it's another day of partly cloudy skies and very warm temperatures out there. Outside of that, again, we remain dry with clouds gradually increasing late in the day Thursday. Now, what we have to keep an eye on is what's upcoming this weekend, which we're going to get to in just a moment. First, the rest of the day, low to mid 80s, partly cloudy skies, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head into the evening, as I mentioned, mostly clear skies, and because the clouds, we don't have that cloud layer, it's a little cooler tonight, but it's still above normal. Upper 50s, low 60s, southeast winds 5 to 10. And as we head into tomorrow, we go mid 80s across the area, still southeast breeze 5 to 10, maybe even some upper 80s, especially down south, with those partly cloudy skies. So let's talk about what's going on this weekend. So we know that of all the big events, the Maple Leaf Parade is probably one of the biggest ones, and it's taking place Saturday morning, and followed by a number of things going on the square and around Carthage. And there's a number of other events and just things going on this weekend, and we've really got to pay close attention to all of this weather very closely. So there's still a lot of variables. Just reading some of the updates, there's still some things that can change, and we've seen that happen where we see things change negatively, where in the severe weather season the severe weather threat goes up, or our snow chances in the wintertime increase, or we've seen it change favorably where those severe weather chances drop off or the snow amounts drop off a bit. But in this case, this is what we're looking at as of right now, and it will be different 24 hours from now. I'd almost guarantee it. Looking at that front coming in, we get a line of showers and thunderstorms that begin to develop. They're pushing through southeast Kansas late Friday night. These will have the potential at this point to be strong to low-grade severe. There's not expected to be as much instability in place Friday night, but we still could get some strong to low-grade severe storms. Then we go overnight. 5 o'clock Saturday morning. Now we've got scattered showers and storms across the area. Some of these could be strong to low-grade severe as well. But depending on this morning convection, it could impact things that happen a little later in the day. But our issue is by the time we get to about parade time in Carthage, we're still socked in. Showers, thunderstorms scattered across the area. Now remember, in this future track, it's not a big bollock of rain here. It's rain in this region. And so the darker greens are indicating those higher probabilities of seeing showers and storms. And these storms could be strong, potentially severe as well. Now, as this begins to track out, that's what I'm saying. Beyond the clearing, we could see new development that takes place or just re-intensification of existing storms that could lead to an additional severe threat, mainly at this point in the eastern half of our area as we go late Saturday. So Friday, it's what they call predictability too low, and it's exactly what this box says. Severe weather is possible, but there's too many variables in play to put an area out. But for Saturday, and this is going to be Saturday afternoon and evening, we have a highlighted area for strong to severe thunderstorms. So that's why we really want want to watch this closely because you can see how close it comes to the Carthage area. I mean, right on that line. And what we sometimes see with this is this ends up, let's say it stays just like this. This becomes that level 2 out of 5 risk, and then we get a level 1 out of 5 that borders that. So that's why heading into the weekend, we just want to pay very close attention to what's going on with these storms and how they're going to evolve. Just because, again, you know, there will be thousands of folks out for this parade, doing things in Carthage, doing other things this weekend. And with that threat of severe weather, we got to play it safe. Between here and there, staying hot though, low mid 80s, a little cooler next Sunday. More storm chances second half of next week.
All right, Chris, thanks. We'll stick around. We're making Texas TNT dip in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. We're taking a trip to the Lone Star State for this dynamite dip. Howard is making Texas TNT dip in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
We're a nation that loves our football, and to kick the season into high gear, we thought we'd share a tasty dip that'll be welcome at your next football bash, or really at any get-together. Here's how it goes. We start by browning some ground beef in a deep skillet or in a soup pot. Just make sure you use a pot that's big enough so it gives us plenty of room to add all the other stuff. After we drain off the pan drippings, we add a can of cream of mushroom soup, a bit of butter, some chunked up cheese spread, a cup of salsa, and a bit of chili powder. We cook this over low heat until the cheese is melted and it gets all creamy. The whole thing, start to finish, takes less than 15 minutes. When you serve this with crispy tortilla or corn chips, don't expect anyone to leave until it's all gone. It's that good. It's one of those dishes that has everyone asking, can I have the recipe? And your answer will be the same as ours. Just go online, because the recipe for this Texas TNT dip is waiting for you anytime you need a hearty dip that is super quick and ridiculously easy. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a winning way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website. That's, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now let's take a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, still expected to clear out as we head through the rest of today. Temperatures low mid 80s, mid upper 80s Wednesday, low 80s Thursday. And then, of course, we're watching that potential for strong, possibly severe storms late Friday into Saturday. So if you're heading to Maple Leaf, just make sure you're staying weather aware and keep it here on KOAM. We'll keep you updated.
Absolutely. Chris, thanks. Yeah, what do you have first leader on?
Well, lots coming up at 5. For starters, working through loss and trauma can be particularly hard for children. To help comfort them and ease their grief, we're going to take a look at a program using animals during group therapy sessions to help kids. Plus, financial struggles could cause SEK Recycling to close its doors. And what Ottawa County residents need to know about tonight's Michelin meeting and the groundwater activities at the former BF Goodrich facility. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more. KOAM News at 5.
All right, John, thanks, and that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.